Harris also said the government should subsidize housing with even more of your money. Didn't that get the U.S. into the banking and financial crisis, triggering the Great Recession in 2008? More of this same poison? It's so dumb.
While we work on the housing shortage, my administration will provide first-time home buyers with $25,000 to help with the down payment on a new home. We can do this. We can do this.
She says we can do this, but there are questions about whether Harris could if elected, because a lot of these proposals would require congressional approval. They'd also likely lead to more government spending and maybe more inflation, according to some folks, including investor and author David Bahnsen. Here's what he says. Giving people $25,000 to buy a home does not make a home price cheaper. It makes a home cost, well, about $25,000 more. Points out the housing affordability crisis is on the supply side. Feeding more demand with increased deficit spending, he says, is the opposite of what this situation calls for. Liz.
Thank you, Grady Trimble. Okay, let's welcome to the show the CEO of American Majority, Ned Ryan, and we're welcoming back Kevin Hassett. Thanks, gentlemen, both. Ned, your reaction to that new agenda of Harris?
Well, apparently we're not going to address what caused all this inflation in the first place. Obviously, they're out of control government spending, printing up money like it's monopoly money, the rising cost of fuel because of their obsession with the global warming hoax. And their response to all of this is, we caused inflation. We're going to try and fix inflation with more things that caused inflation. Liz, it's absolute insanity. But I guess this is what you get when you have two neo-Marxists at the top of the ticket. The crazy part to me, Liz, is we literally have two neo-Marxists at the top of the Democratic ticket, and I'm sitting here wondering, why did we even fight the Cold War if we're going to accept these ideas, this ideology is legitimate as though it belongs in U.S. politics? But incredible to me that Kamala Harris hasn't done anything for 4 weeks since this political coup to take out President Biden as their nominee, and her first and best offer is her economic offer, and it's communism, plain and simple.
Yeah, what Ned just said. Kevin, let's listen to Kamala Harris today, admitting, inflation did take off on their watch. They hit the gas on $2.7 trillion in new spending. She was a tie-breaking vote in the Senate on that. The spending is more than double Barack Obama's 2009 spending bonanza, the Journal says. Watch this.
A loaf of bread costs 50% more today than it did before the pandemic. Ground beef is up almost 50%.
Oh, she's admitting it. What do you think? And now she wants to let $3.4 trillion in Trump's tax cuts expire next year? What do you think?
Yeah, I don't think that she understands what causes inflation. But to go to the housing thing, you know, she promised that she would build or help subsidize the building of 3 million new homes. Well, one of the things that's been driving housing inflation up so much, it's actually gone up more than overall inflation, is the open border. So there are 5, 6, 7 million people who need a place to stay who are moving into places all over the country and driving up prices. And so if you think about it, the 3 million that she wants to build won't even cover the 5 million illegals that she's let across the border. She absolutely doesn't understand what causes inflation. And the way to think about it is that there's this balloon inflating because of the runaway government spending. And she doesn't like this part of the balloon, so she's putting her finger in it and pushing it back in. But, you know, the balloon's still growing. It's just terrible, terrible policy. But this is going to come back to bite them because this is so obviously stupid. Even Joe Biden knows that this doesn't make any sense. OK, and everybody on the left that has a brain is going to back away from this lady because this is sheer craziness.
Even, you know, Obama's top economist, Jason Furman, said this makes no sense, what she's talking about.
He's a good man.
We got it. Yes, he is.